Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Oh, it's just a second. Welcome. We are live here from the Vision Train today, December 13. Now is 2020 13 Brazil time. I am Marina Zion Rebels. I will be your host for the next hours. And we are here on the trip before the last of this Illuminate event that's happening here on the Vision Train. Thank you all so much for your attention. Thank you all so much for putting together this event. You're all amazing. And I'm truly happy to host this event here on the Vision Train. The Vision Train Focus is a trip that I host for a while already. It happens a few times a year where I put one Vision Train member on the spotlight, and this is the intent to just to focus on the art and the story of just one train rider, because we are here like for almost 6 years together, and we all share some things, and sometimes we never met in person. So how can we know more about one another? So the trip of Vision Training Focus has this aim. And here for the Illuminate event, we will have a popcorn edition where we have me plus 10 artists that will share their stories and their connection to the Vision Train, how they got here, and what is the value that this community has in their lives. I'm really, truly honored to be here and truly honored that you all accepted this invitation. Thank you so much. We are not recording here, so I will press record here now, and I will. Hi everyone, welcome to the recording now. Now we are recording live on the Zoom call. Everyone that's watching the YouTube channel, you are all invited to join us here on Zoom. We have this beautiful crew with us, and we are all going to jam to the stories of the Vision Train riders. Well, how you all feeling? Let's all start this. Yay! So first, we'll have Miles Seiden. He was just giving a trip starting 2 hours ago called Illuminus, Glowing Forward. It was a really incredible artistic dynamic. Thank you, Miles, so much for this. And people, if you're interested on catching these recordings, you can become a member of the Vision Train and catch all the offerings that happen this weekend and more. So, Miles, how are you feeling, my friend?
I'm good. A little more relaxed. So thank you so much. Thank you for doing this. This is beautiful.
Thank you so much for accepting this. I am excited to everyone's share. And so let's start. Do you have a presentation for us, or you will just share like your story?
I don't, yeah, I could just, I have pieces around that I can share. My practice is mostly the daily visions at this point, so there's a lot of that. But yeah.
Nice. Yeah, for sure. I'm bringing that up as well. So, please, you have 10 minutes to introduce yourself, to tell us about your life story and your connection to the Vision Train and what the value that this community brings to you. Thank you.
Okay. Well, that's a great frame. So, I went to school for art. I spent, a lot of my childhood. I wanted to be an artist when I was 5 years old. Like I knew that was going to happen. I thought it would be a, kind of Disney animator, type of a thing. That's what I had in mind. I was a huge fan of Walt Disney. You know, he has a dark side, but you know, I appreciate what he did. You know, especially in terms of animation, but character development, you know, the whole empire of entertainment he created is incredible. So that was hugely inspirational to me. I was always making little projects, like I made a Pee-wee's Playhouse out of paper and things like that. So went to school for art. So, you know, I had done that in high school, and that's where I really started getting my first training in art, more technical skills and things like that. They even let me do figure drawing when I was in seventh grade. Like my parents had to sign a release, you know, that you could draw from a nude model, which was amazing because, you know, it was somewhat strict in the household, but they knew I wanted to do that, and I really appreciated their support in allowing me to, you know, start to do that, you know, much younger. But after college, even though I did studio art, I veered into design because I was, you know, afraid of the whole starving artist thing. And of course, that's still a stigma that's around and is a pretty crappy one to have, but you know, that's what was in my head. So I kind of left it on the table for about 15 years or so. Didn't really do any art. I was doing, you know, just my design work. So it was still creative, but it wasn't, you know, personal art. And then the pandemic happened, and my wife urged me to take Amanda's class, which was Transformation 2020. And so that was the first time that I met, you know, Amanda and the community as the Vision Train. And that's where we are from there. So, you know, the involvement, it is behind the scenes, as Nina said. Like, I do tend to be kind of in that space, but I'm definitely looking to join up a little bit more. Hopefully that was a quick enough summary.
It was a really quick summit, Miles. Thank you so much for sharing. And well, I am curious to know, like you mentioned that it was only after the pandemic that you got connected to the Transformation 2020, and this is how you found the vision trend then.
Yes, and that's how, I mean, I was doing art a little bit before. Like I had started to pick it up again and actually do personal art, but it was that first class, and I can show you that piece, which was we did in acrylics, and it was also my first. This gonna show. There we go.
Wow, I remember this. Wow,
So that
I
was
have
the
forgot.
first niche technique. You know, I think I kind of left it in the white space, but because that part's less scary than going over it and, you know, potentially getting into rainbow vomit, as Amanda says. But, you know, that piece was like a big step into like, you know, coming back to the canvas, which I haven't really been doing lately because I think it's a little bit, I don't know, it's a little bit easier, more convenient to do the daily visions as a journalistic practice or a meditative practice. The canvas still makes me nervous sometimes.
Mhm.
But it was great to return to that. And then she graciously, some couple years later, I think, had Michael Fuchs teach a class on fantastic realism. So we kind of had a portrait subject and then, you know, did a kind of fantastical background. I'm a huge David Bowie fan. I think he's contributed so much to the progress of humanity in so many ways, just being able to be fluid with identity and creativity. I mean, one of the biggest highlights of humanity ever. So, you know, that was like a tribute to him there. And that was I wish I remembered the photographer's name, but that was the source for that was a series of photographs that he had done of Bowie. So that was Michael Fuchs's class, which also was incredible for returning to you know, more academic sense of art, like being able to, you know, really push that to come back to that instead of, you know, doing things intuitively.
Hmm. Wow, that's really beautiful. And you have a few ovations here on the chat. And well, Lisette said, I never saw this one. And yeah, me neither. Like, wow. And I remember this canvas from Transformation 2020, Miles. And I didn't remember it was yours. Like,
Oh yeah.
for sure, I wouldn't make the association if I saw it. And yeah.
I mean, I know hands are challenging and I'm a masochist, so like, I thought that would be fun to do. And like when I was in high school, I did like AP art and I chose to do hands. So the whole time was like working on this. But yeah, hands, exactly. Hands and feet, just brutal. But yeah, it was a good challenge and yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing. Like it's a beautiful composition and something really different than you usually present, like your daily visions. Do you have some to share?
I do, I do.
Yeah.
And for the record, I mean, that I would say is probably my best academic painting of a person. And that really was helpful to have Michael instruct through that because it's scary. It really is. Like I think that most judgment comes, at least in terms of myself, of being off, because I am a perfectionist or recovering, um, to be off of something. So I tend to do things more like what I'll share for the dailies. So let's see, should we do camera? Yeah, that'll just be easier. So this is actually what I'm working on right now. I still have tonight to go because I tend to do these in the evenings and tomorrow. So every 7 days it's a cycle. So it starts on Monday and each day progresses with some sort of, you know, illustration or something. And I never know what's going to happen. Like I just like there's no ideas. It's all intuitive. So it could be watercolor, and we're going backward in time. So it started as just like, and it's all from my head. Like I'm not looking at any reference, which is also scary, but um, I don't know if this is fast, but
Oh,
I don't know what the heck that is.
but it's beautiful.
This is like, I started doing this and I was like, oh, this is like referencing Mobius, but nowhere near at his skill level. But it's inspiring to, have that reference in someone like Mobius, because I always return to his work. It's just stunning. This is
And you do it on your own style. It's incredible. Like your own shapes and forms, funny things.
Yeah, and there's I don't even know what colors are gonna happen. It's kind of funny because it's like I guess it's intuitive. Like it's not a thought process. Like nothing is happening except making a mark and responding to it over the course of 7 days. That's just really, how it's been. And I feel like I have some themes, but there's not like a per se a consistent style. So yeah.
And what can you say that was like the thing that is more valuable for you from this discipline of creating one artwork every day? Because you're doing this since 2023, but you like mutated this. Yeah.
Yeah, so some things have changed. Like it was one a day. I was doing one a day,
Mhm.
and it just got to be too much. Like the pressure, like I started putting a lot of pressure on myself. Like it's got to be a finished piece. And so the weekly, but
Mhm.
doing it daily for a weekly piece has been really helpful because then you get into Monday and I can be as messy as I want, and then start to get tight about it by Sunday. um, it's very much, a discipline, which is great. Like it's probably the most disciplined thing I've done. Like this year, I've missed a couple weeks because of travel, because it was too hard to coordinate. But like it's been every day other than those 2 weeks for the last 3 years. So it's been an amazing thing to do, and now it's really valuable to me, like as a meditation, it's a journal, like it's all of that wrapped into one thing. So I really recommend it for anyone. Just do 10 minutes a day. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be, but thank you to Amanda for just coming up with that, and then so many of us jumped on it.
Yes, this was really a truly inspiring project. I will share also about this in my presentation. And we have 10 minutes, Miles.
Thank you so
Yay.
much, Marina.
I really appreciate. Is there anything that you want to share with us?
So that's it for this one. Thank you.
Yay, thank you so much. And I appreciate all your work with the Vision Train and all your shares and your present. Please come by more often, We're
I
here.
will. I will. That's a New Year's resolution.
Yay. I'm glad. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yay.
Choo choo!
So, Choo, Miles, you're incredible. Thank you. So, up next, we have Lisette Murphy. Lisette, are you in the house, my friend?
Choo choo! I'm in the house. I'm on board the train. Hey, Marina.
Hi, my friend. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling like we've definitely lit up these tracks and we've kept them so bright and so warm. It's felt so good to be here with everybody. Thank you so much for hosting this special space.
Thank you so much for everything you do to the Vision Train and all your shares. And you are such an inspiration, my friend. For me, it's truly an honor to be here talking with you and listening to about what you have to share with us tonight. I want to know a little bit about your story. I want to know how you got to meet the Vision Train and what is the value.
I love hearing this from everybody. Thank you for asking, and it's really special to be able to voice this into this space year over year and to reflect on it with ever more refinement and as new portions of it illuminate how I came to the train and what my story is. I am a second generation visionary artist, but I grew up kind of just thinking that this might be how all artists were, that maybe everyone had a dad that did some peyote in the desert and invented his own religion and made some art about it, and you can too. And I was just raised that way, which is incredibly lucky. And in some ways, I think part of my life path is like helping spread that magic to other people that I had the benefit of just growing up with as a child. Um, I, I studied, though, in my youth, theater, and I fell in love with theater as a tool for social change quite young. When I was a young teenager, I joined a ritual theater troupe that was for young women. And it was informed by the work of Brazilian Augusto Boal and his Theater of the Oppressed. And his work in using the profound magic and ritual of theater to liberate communities and turn spectators into active participants in empowering change in their lives was a methodology of using the arts for social change that really lit me up really young. And so the combination of having this platform of visionary arts as kind of a basic, as a default, and then being quite lucky to do really incredible transformative ritual theater work with this eye towards empowerment and liberation sent me on a journey to university. First, I studied theater as a tool for social change at Sarah Lawrence. And then I left and started just teaching on my own. I was teaching theater as a tool for social change primarily with youth. I was working mostly with kids in middle school age. That was my specialty for many years. And why I liked working with kids at that time is that it's a real threshold time at which point a lot of kids are just sort of understanding what isn't just, or kids are just understanding like, hey, I have something to really say and I'm making a claim in this world, and being a creative steward and guide for youth at that stage and giving them permission and possibility and tools to liberate their voices is really exciting to me. So that's my background. And I had a really specific vision about 8 years ago where I was like, I think I'm going to be in the visionary arts scene. I felt really guided to teach and lead in this space, but I wasn't part of this community at all, though I had been certainly lurking on all the socials. And I was following all of the characters that I'm sure all of you follow out there on the web, including Ms. Amanda Sage. And when she said that she was starting up something that was free and I could get together with all these people, I was like, what? But do I belong there? And it took me a couple months to feel brave enough. And then Amanda made an offering, which was a a self-portrait workshop, and that was in 2020, Amanda. And I hopped on for that, which was a really big call. I remember a lot of people being on. It was my first opportunity to study with Amanda and meet this community really formally for the first time. When the pandemic kicked off, I had been teaching a workshop that was a hybrid of teachings about the Enneagram and about systemic constellations and morphogenetic field work. I'm also a cancer survivor, and I was feeling very moved as the energies of the pandemic collided and this incredible platform of the Vision Train arose. I was feeling really moved to carry the work that I had been doing in person with groups into this space, and also to share some of the tools that I had for grief work with this space. And so I started the Art of Dying Creative Death Cafe in 2020 and moved that here to the Vision Train, and have had the great privilege of holding many visionary death cafe sessions here in this sacred space. And that's the context that many of us first met one another in. And what is a death cafe? It's a place to come together and talk about the nature of life and death, and hold grief and hold space for one another's thoughts about consciousness and what it all means. And am I out of my 10 minutes? Have I prattled long enough? I wish
You
that I
have
had
more, 5 minutes, my friend.
5 whole minutes.
Yes.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Uh-huh.
Thank you so much. I love holding space here, and I really love co-creating with you all. I can show you a little bit of the multidisciplinary stuff that I get up to so that you can have a little visual anchor for me. Let me just pop over here. And so my name is Lisette Murphy. I started as an instructor with the Vitra Academy here through our friends here with Vision Train. I hosted the first course called Image Word Mystery, and that is now a whole ecosystem that has had many, many rituals together and creative sessions, co-writing, co-playing, playing in the mystery. I'm also a documentarian, non-ordinary documentarian. I made a film called a film for the Vision Weaving exhibit that Amanda had this summer in Gunnison, Colorado, and we also showed this at the Psychedelic Science Conference. And this is using imagery and words from all of our friends on the train. And but in addition to being a filmmaker and a teacher, I'm a visual artist, and so my most recent work is exploring these ecstatic visions that I see of the inherent overflowing love geometry in irises is what has kicked off this whole series that I'm working on now. And I love doing figurative work. My friend Nina has collected this piece. Nina hosts our every Thursday hosts figure drawing for this community. I've been doing a lot of floral work lately, but I do a lot of animation too. So I'm dancing between the digital and motion and audio and painted realms, in addition to holding space. Thank you for giving me a moment just to speak it all into here. I love you all very much, and I'm so grateful for this community every day. It really is the skeleton onto which I hang my meat and energy most days. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lisette. It was really nice that you accept this and brought your stories, because I must say, I said that you are an inspiration, but you are truly, like, I wouldn't be here talking with you all people. I wouldn't be open to share my voice if it wasn't for this one here and pushing me like, hi, Marina, talk to us. When I first started riding the train, and Lisette was one like pushing me to talk and always seeing me and hearing me. And this is like no words to explain that this is like what you do, like naturally. This is you naturally. And I'm so grateful for this.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much. Thank you, Lisette, because this truly, truly, like, what an anchor that you are to this project. Yes, like so many good things that you brought to this community, and I'm really deeply appreciate by you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I remember like the Saturday mornings when Death Cafe used to happen, remember?
Ah, many long hours together. I love you all so much. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your voice, Marina, and thank you for being the anchor that you are on the Vision Train. It's beautiful to be inspired by you as well.
Thank you so much. Yay. Much love. Lisette, you are amazing.
You're amazing. Thank you.
Yay. So up next, we have Lety. Blanco, are you in the house, my friend?
Yes,
How
I'm
are
here.
you? Yay, Lety, how are you?
Hi, hello. I I am feeling like so emotional and so grateful to be here today. Well, my name is Lety Blanco. I'm from Mexico, and I am so excited today to share a little bit about my story as a visionary artist and show you a project that I am building right now. And I felt like thank you, Nina, for helping me to be here and to share with you and kind of launching this project that I have for you. It's an offer for you. So, and it's all about supporting this basil of visionary artists and what can I do here in Mexico and what can I offer to you, to the visionary community. So a little bit about me. I'm a visionary artist. Right now I am involved a little bit more with custom. I work for the media department, but yeah, and I I was on 2019 for the um, student for the visionary paint intensive. I have classes with Amanda too, with Michael Fuchs, and well, um, for now, I would like to share with you this project. It's kind of my baby right now. So I will project a video so I can um, share with you more about the idea. Let me know if you, okay, give me a second. Okay, perfect. So I'm sharing my screen now. Can you see it? Okay,
Yes, we
perfect.
can see it.
Okay, okay. So I will play.
Welcome to Visionary Voices, Echoes of Inner Worlds, an international call for visionary artists and an invitation to step into one of the most surreal places in Mexico. From June 5th to July 5th, 2026, the Leonora Carrington Museum in Xilitla will host an exhibition dedicated to artists who transform their inner visions into symbolic, transcendent works. Artists who explore the echoes of inner landscapes. We invite artists from around the world to be part of this collective exhibition, an experience that goes beyond simply displaying artwork. This is a space for meaningful dialogue, creative exchange, and shared exploration of the inner worlds that inspire us. If your work reflects inner vision, artistic depth, spiritual insight, and a strong connection to the unseen, this call is for you. Share your vision. Transform the invisible into form. Become part of a dialogue where art becomes revelation. The Leonora Carrington Museum is one of Mexico's most iconic spaces for surrealist art, a tribute to the visionary artist whose work shaped generations. And nestled in the heart of the Sierra Huasteca, Hilitla itself is a dreamlike landscape of mountains, mist, and impossible architecture. A place where myth, nature, and imagination converge. Only 20 artists will be selected to exhibit in this extraordinary setting. Participating artists will enjoy a series of planned activities, including visits to Edward James's Surrealist Garden, a local brewery tour, museum visits, and optional excursions to nearby waterfalls and iconic sites. A journey designed to inspire, connect, and awaken creativity. As a participant, you will have the opportunity to gain museum experience at the Leonora Carrington Museum, along with inclusion in the official digital catalogue, media exposure, professional photography and video documentation, curatorial guidance, personalised support, and meaningful networking opportunities with other visionary artists. And importantly, no commissions are taken. Artists keep 100% of their sales, and the museum store welcomes your merch as well. Your journey continues with the Visionary Voices Weekend from June 5th to 7th. An immersive 3-day experience, including group dinners, brunches with live music, tours, and gatherings designed to honour creativity and community. This is more than an exhibition. It is a meeting place for creators, a journey into inner worlds, a celebration of visionary art in a surrealist landscape. If you feel called to be part of this experience, apply now. We look forward to seeing your vision.
Okay, so this video was kind of the presentation for this international call for visionary artists. I have the opportunity last summer to have a solo exhibition there, so I built this relationship with this museum. So I was thinking, like, what a great place to gather the visionary community and to share with you all and to meet in person. So I would like here is the QR code. If you go directly, you can go directly to the website, and I will, if you are just opening right now the QR code, like, you can go to the whole website here. So I'm sorry. So you can go to the website and you can see, like, all the details about this exhibition, where it's going to take place, like how to apply, what is the schedule we are, like, covering, and all the activities, like, planned for this special exhibition and gathering for visionary artists. So thank you so much for the space to share this with you, and I hope, like, I can see you here in June and to meet you in person and to have a great time. Really, this space, like, Hilitla, it's amazing. I am right now working on the logistics also, so you can all feel secure to come to Mexico and to have this amazing experience with me and with you all. So I don't know if you have any questions. There's a section on the website if you directly go to there, like a QR question, but right now I would like to open if you have, like, any question regarding this project. So I don't know, any questions? Marina, if you want to, like, if you have any questions, like.
Wow, yes. Lety, thank you so much for bringing this offering here, like to the Vision Train. This, like, why this idea came up because I saw you doing this exhibition that I was in Mexico at the time that you were having your exhibition, and my friend
Ah,
said, "Let's go to, sorry, this name of the city, Silixia,
Hilitla. Hilitla.
Hilisla, Schlisla." So she said, "Let's go." But then I saw your exhibition was just finished. I was like, ah. Let's go to the pyramids. But this city must be like so surreal. Like, how was this contact with this gallery? How was this your exhibition there? Can you share a little bit more?
Well, I live like 3 hours from there, so basically I have a contact with the museum directly, and they help me like a lot of when the installation and everything, and they like give me like open like they were so open with all my ideas and everything. So I basically schedule uh another like solo show for the next year. But I was like, hey, maybe this is time for the community to gather here and to like this place is so unique because Edward James was surrealist artist and he built this amazing garden with like crazy sculptures, and it's kind of like the most surreal places here in Mexico. So, and it's pretty magical. It's in the middle of the jungle, and the it's a little town like inside of like these mountain systems that and in the jungle, and it's so beautiful. I will love to have you here, and that was kind of my how I get in touch with the museum. So right now they are working with me, and I told them like I have this idea, and they were super open, and they are so excited to have you there. So it's basically what is going on right now.
So, wow, this is incredible. I wish you all the luck. I will check it out, this website for sure. Yeah, and I really appreciate you and your presence here and all you do for this community and for this cultural movement. Thank you so much, Lety.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for so much for having me here.
Yay, you're amazing.
Thanks.
Choo-choo. Yay.
Choo-choo! See you here.
Yeah, go go Mexico. My friends, Mexico is amazing. Let's all go. I wish. So, for the next guest, we have Serenity Meg. Meg, are you in the house?
Hi, Marina. How are you, babe?
Hi,
Hello,
Meg. I
everybody.
am so excited. Come on, these shares, they just fill our hearts, right?
That's tough to follow. There's so much great and amazing people here and just in the room and on the train. So
Mhm.
it's just overwhelming amount of just art and creativity and so much love for everybody here.
Yes, and I am truly honored to be able to talk to you, one that is on the Vision Train for a long, long time in this ride. And so I really want to know more about you, your connection to the Vision Train, and what is this value that brings into your life.
I actually have a little presentation too, so I can show you that.
Perfect.
And we go from there.
Okay.
Okay. I can see you guys. All right, so this is for my journey of Serenity Meg, coming to my Serenity. I started off very young. These paintings were done between over here when I was about 8 to 10 years old. My mom always encouraged me for art. This was a big part of my healing. I am a hyper person and I'm always working on things and have to be busy. So she made sure keep me busy. And I fell in love with art in high school. And this was my first oil painting that I had done in high school. That's the only picture I have left of it. So my family, my grandfather was artistic, but was suppressed and wasn't allowed to go to art school. So his wish for me was to continue and do what I love. This was the one way I was happiest with music and a paintbrush or pencil. I put myself through art school at Ducray School of Art. I wanted to learn how to do everything realistic so then I can break the rules and I can try anything. I figured if I can draw a figure, if I can draw a teapot, if I can do illustrations, I can create anything that I have in my head that I want to create. So I went through various mediums from pencil to oil paint, different styles and charcoal, pastel. And this was just each time I loved it. And we had 10 classes a week. I stayed for extra and was literally there for 12 classes and then ultimately ended up working there and teaching there. I fell in love with art. And one of the things with the Mish technique was started was with our Renaissance painting classes. Funny enough was I just loved the first layers and just how everything was built and wanted to know if the masters can do it, so could I. I didn't get to start college till I was later in my 20s, closer to 30. So being ambitious, I finally made it there. I put myself through other classes. So I studied and was able to get into Salmagundi Club, which was a club in New York City that has all exhibitions. So this is actually their library with sculptures. It's an amazing place to be. They have all sorts of things on Fifth Avenue. And it was one of those you had to be vouched for to get in. And I was stubborn and I said, no, I really want to do this. And everybody said, no, you're not going to do that. I said, watch me. So while first year of college, I was doing figure drawing. I started to do replicas of different artists I love. This are two pieces that were from Frazetta. And then I also followed the movement of daily painting. So one of the things was paint daily, paint every day. Everybody knows how hard and difficult that can be to always have a paintbrush. But it was something as a passion that I loved. And I said, the only way I'm getting better is if I do this daily. Let's see. After college, I really went on to pet portraits. And this is how I've been working for years, doing people's pet portraits from pastel, in different oil paints, acrylic. I do a little bit of everything. I call this a stroke of genius. Not long after school, I had a stroke. So part of the thing of learning everything and knowing and getting really finite and paying attention to it is having your brain pretty much rewire itself. And I came out of a stroke, grieving because I had just lost my father a few months earlier, and I didn't know what to do with life. So for me, I started to do more intuitive art and try to heal. I had lost speech and then I had gained a lot of anxiety. And I went into yoga training and creating. So yoga, meditation helped me. And being at the easel, making colorful mud and pushing around with a bunch of paintbrushes until I felt better. Post-stroke, we had COVID. And I had been following Amanda's work for years, actually. And I always said, one day I'll be able to paint with her. One day I get to meet her. And pandemic was actually this perfect time because she started the vision train. So the vision train for me was many things. So what a beautiful quote I found is, in art, we find the courage to free the unknown and the strength to create beauty from chaos. Now, to me, pandemic was very chaotic. Everything changed. The vision train was a way that I was able to get community, speak again and talk to people comfortably and build confidence, build my skills, because now my brain works differently than from before a stroke. So I had to learn what my new voice was, not only actually speaking, but with a paintbrush and with pens. And then the train, I love doing exhibitions. During college, I did nothing but exhibitions, and post-college and random. We did all of our mushroom exhibitions in transition, and these were all different ones. I get to meet some of the people in person. So the train, this is a lot of recent ones from our last workshop and being up at COSM. This is coming back to myself. It's having fun. It's being curious about life again. enjoying it, being creative, but also feeding off everybody's creativity. It's a community, and this became my family. So for me, the train is a love, it's a passion, and it's family. It's going home. And this is where you can find me online. This was one of our last pieces I did from Amanda's class. Any questions?
Meg, thank you so much for sharing this. Wow, you're amazing. Like I tell you, my friends, this is the beauty of the Vision Training Focus. We put on the spotlight like the little details that we usually don't spotlight in our lives, in our storylines, that like connects everything, put everything together. And thank you so much for sharing,
Thank
Meg. This is
you,
beautiful.
Marina. You've been amazing in pulling me back in and just coming back with everybody. Thank you so much.
Yes, I really appreciate your presence here because as well, like in the beginning of the Vision Train, Meg was one of the engineer of the Vision Train and putting the train on the track and also responsible for these amazing exhibitions that it's also on my presentation. Like, yes, the like I would never thought that
It,
this exhibition would happen. Yes, please.
it's huge, and it was kind of like a bucket list and dream come true because it was something that I love to do and love to have everybody there together and just getting to share. And the art is just absolutely amazing.
Yes, I cannot imagine this feeling of putting all these art together on that wall, on that virtual wall. How was that?
It was great. It can be very nerve-wracking because you could see 20 things that can go together. But I love planning out the rooms and seeing what goes together and having music to curate to it and having a flow. And to me, that is another art form. I love having exhibitions and putting that together, not only to help people expand, but also just having another form of creativity. It's
Yes,
definitely.
totally. Because you put together all these pieces, and they speak. They have a message, like they're saying yes.
I kind of approach it the same way to a painting. You know, sometimes you piecemeal, you see what comes first, you ask the canvas what it wants. For me, the exhibition's a lot of the same way. You have all of your pieces. Now, what do you do with all of these pieces? That's been on, it's like creating another painting.
Yeah, a bigger one, like a
Yeah.
mashup painting.
Absolutely. Looking forward to another one and just seeing what we all create because a lot has happened since our start and our first exhibitions and our first paintings here.
Oh, yes, and yes, your painting is also a testimony to many things of happening. It's beautiful.
Thank you
Incredible.
so much.
Yes, thank you so much, Meg. It was an honor to talk to you. You were amazing.
Thank you. You too, Marina. Thank you so much.
Yay, thanks, thanks. So, my friends, wow, I hope you all are feeling good. We have still the presentation of a few artists. Now, who is on the list? I believe it is. Where is my
Yeah,
friend's name?
sure.
Shara. Yay, finally. How are you, my friend?
Oh, I'm good. This has been a long time coming. I know you've been wanting me to do this forever, and I promise that I will do a long form with you sometime soon.
Yes,
Um,
please. I really need the long version of your presentation, the longer version, please.
for me, it's always a challenge to be succinct and say it in less words. So maybe doing this short one is the way. I did put just grab the slideshow that I have, and I'm happy to here
Yes,
just
please share
share.
with us.
Yeah. Um, okay, share. Oh, yeah, so here we are. Um, so I I've always been an artist and I did art in school. My very first mural was on the bottom of a stairway in my high school. Um but I went to school for graphic design at School of Visual Arts in New York City, which was great training. And graphic design was like, like Miles said earlier, where I could get a job and not be a starving artist. But I think I always longed to be a painter. Like that's what I did when I was really young. And I ended up working at a Renaissance fair and I started doing like face and body paint, and it transformed into this whole living canvases thing where we would do gallery shows with a bunch of other body painter friends of mine and paint at the gallery show. That the one on the right is from one of those shows. The one on the left was from, I think, Gathering of the Vibes. Like I was doing all of these music festivals as the live art scene was just sort of coming into play, but I already had a gig, so I couldn't figure out how to make that shift to painting like live art because I was painting live art on live people. Um, but during the pandemic, I got pulled onto the train very early on. Um, One of my first experiences within the first few weeks I was there, well, I don't know, I don't remember exactly what the timing was, but I was the big mushroom jam, and I just painted this little watercolor turkey tail mushrooms. But then I was inspired to do this mushroom conductor that's like a digital graphic design, but there's this little guy sitting here holding the reins and driving. Um, and then I did one of Amanda's self-portrait classes online, which we ended up doing this virtual show. People were talking about these VR exhibitions that we did, and it was just amazing to be in that room with everybody else. Um, this painting wasn't really done, and I did end up finishing it here. And shows some of the stuff I learned. Um, this other painting here was The Seeker, was when I was just sort of starting to like play around with glazes and things, and he's called The Seeker, and it was about finding all of that visionary language that I really didn't know yet. And these are a few other pieces. This one is The Weaver, very much about storytelling and holding all of the history and all of the stories. And The Goddess of Possibility, which was a quick one of my daily visions that I've been doing on and off for the last like 4 years. Um, I also, during the pandemic, was doing a lot of work in my community, doing art stewards and programs and leadership programs um, and painting murals, which came directly out of the Vision Train because of Anya Amador sharing all of her mural tips and tricks and info, and it just emboldened me to go out and do murals. And this was one of the first large scale murals that I did. Happens to be in my own town, and it's called The Power of Art, and it was done with community engagement, and it just has a lot of interesting features and a lot that I learned. And this one is one that I did a year or two ago called Intersections of Communities and Cultures. And there's a lot of details in there, and everything has symbolic meaning. And I'm not going to share that with you, just to say that the the messaging is all about community and connection. And that was part of what the Vision Train was giving to me, was this huge community of people that were all working together to create um, a family, a community, and a language of art and virtual worlds that are now becoming real. Um, and this, because of the Vision Train, I got to work with Lawrence Caruana and Florence Maynard of the Vienna Academy of Visionary Arts, and I went and did the summer seminar there a few years ago. and this was one of the paintings that I did there. And for someone who's all about color, to do something like very monochromatic um, was really a great learning experience. Oh, and one of the things that I do in my local community is I am the coordinator of a chalk art festival. It's on a basketball court in this kind of marginalized community that is also becoming gentrified. It was a way to get the community together, and we everything I've gotten grant funding for everything, and everything is given away. We provide chalk, and everyone gets a t-shirt, and they get kneeling pads if they want for their knees. Um, we give away all kinds of other things like bracelets and stickers and things, and the kids all do little squares, and then we have pro artists who do bigger squares and get paid a stipend and also cash awards. These are just some of the examples. Um, this past year was the third year, and we're going strong, and we just got a huge grant toward next year. But I've been really loving being able to get together with people in person, and doing Vision Train live is my dream. I really want us to like be able to take the train car all around the world and just be every place in person. And this is the painting that I did at this last Mixtec Mystics. It is called Sovereignty, and it is a message that's been really powerful for me recently of just I shared it also in the Elephant Anima Magica a few hours ago, that um, female energy, it can be so powerful, but it can also be gentle and beautiful and soft. And so that's the share. I probably ran my 10 minutes, but
Of course not, my darling, but thank you so much for all your share. It's really beautiful to see the tools that you got in the vision train and put out to the world where you live, around your city, in these communities. It is
yes,
really beautiful to see this, Shara.
thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like the train has really given me the tools and the encouragement. The pandemic gave me the time and space to make the shift that I had been wanting to do for so many years. And each time that I say yes to an opportunity, it just ripples and unfolds and opens up so much more. And I'm really looking forward to the time when I can come out and be at your um, temple in Brazil
Yes,
and do
please
work.
come.
Yeah.
And I would like you to share. We have a few 2 minutes, but please share a little bit like how was this experience? You're saying that now it's the vision train in real life. Now only let's do it. So how
Well,
was this experience there in Cosm
yeah,
with
so
everyone and this
I
workshop?
I have I got to do the Mixed Tech Mystics 2 years ago, and got to be in person with Stacy and Akemi and whole bunch of other Vision Train people. Nico was there, and Sani, who was my roommate. And it was that moment of like all these people that I knew, but I had never been in person with, that everybody was exactly who they were. And all of those connections were exactly what they were. But maybe you didn't know how tall somebody was, or like they're, just things that you don't get until you're in person with somebody. This person's, we get the energy, but we don't get all of the pieces. And this time it was even more so because there were I think there were like almost a dozen of us that were already Vision Train riders. Everybody else is now on the train, and like in the room right now, Lori and yeah, just a whole bunch of other people that Anya, a whole bunch of other people that hadn't been on the train yet, but now are. But we were there not just for the week of the retreat, but we also, a bunch of us stayed for an extra couple of days because the Demons and Deities ball was that weekend. And we
Mhm.
just kept painting and painting and painting, and it was so powerful and wonderful. And then they were like, okay, we need the studio, we need to like flip it for the party. And then they were like, okay, you can paint in the library in the Gray House. And so we were all painting where everybody was doing live art all weekend. So it just felt like gift upon gift upon gift, and everybody created so much magical art and deepened friendships. Like Masha Noir was there, and you know, like just all the stories that everybody shared, like it just I could feel the blossom of the seeds of everything that we've been planting for these past 5 years, that it was it's growing so fast now, and I see so many more people coming to the train, and that's what we've been talking about the whole time. So I'm just so excited for the future and what it holds.
Yeah, choo that. Thank you so much for sharing, Sarah, and thank you so much for your time and all your energy that you put here on the Vision Train since the beginning. You're amazing, my friend. Yeah, I can't wait to host you guys here in Brazil.
Choo choo.
Choo that. So, up next, we have Kanon. Kanon, are you here with us? Yes. How are you?
Hey, doing really good. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, we can hear you. All right. Nice that you accept this, Kanon. I'm truly grateful to be talking to you, and I'm excited to hear what you have to share with us about your life and your connections to the Vision Train.
Well, yeah, I truly appreciate the invitation to come and speak with you guys today. So yeah, lots of exciting things have been transpiring here, so I'm excited to share with you.
Yes, I'm glad. So you have a presentation for us?
Yeah, I put together a little video to share with you, so as to keep to time. So, and also just forgive me, I didn't finish, so I didn't get all the pictures put in that I was wanting to. So.
No, come on. But yeah, that's something that's, well, even my presentation, I wish I had more pictures, but it's okay. We'll get it through.
All right, let me see what's going on here.
You remember how to share?
I do remember how to share.
Cool.
Oops. How do you share? Oh, portion of screen, I see.
Yes.
All right, enjoy.
Hey there, I'm Kanon, and this is my story of becoming an artist.
Can you turn the volume up,
It
Kanon?
all starts when I began pursuing martial.
I can't on it.
You can see when you are sharing tunes, see on your volume, see if it's like zoom, the volume on your computer, and see if it's like it's total. Not on the video app, but on your computer.
Okay.
But this you can see only when you share screen. You have to share and then see if it's in the maximum volume. Because in the software, yes, but it was really low.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. This is tech, not our, like, not really our fault. You're doing great. Yes. And I'm so curious to see what you have to talk to about us because this is the space that you have, the new space. You are in it now, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's
And
see.
okay.
Sorry, I'm a bit flustered right now on how to get the volume louder on it. I knew this
So
might be an issue too.
share again and let's see.
Okay, let me try here. Because I felt like the video was just coming in a little bit low volume when I had output it or had recorded it, maybe.
Hmm. But yeah, I put my volume on the maximum and I was able to listen.
Okay, turn your volume back up on your video right there. Above. There you go.
Hey there, I'm Kanon, and this is my story of becoming an artist. And it all starts when I began pursuing martial arts. After training hard for a year, I took my first professional fight.
Oh, the volume went off. I see why the volume is off. Because you are not sharing with your share.
Shots, and my teammates decided to take me to the hospital.
So when you share screen, there is a option on the right, share sound, and then you have to click it, and then you will share the sound of your video through the computer and not through your mic because it was coming from your mic. This is why it was so low.
I see. I'm such a rookie. I can't believe I just did that.
All right.
All right. How's it?
Hey there, I'm Kanon,
Yeah.
and this is
Let's
my
go.
story of
Better.
becoming an artist. And it all starts when I began pursuing martial arts. After training hard for a year, I took my first professional fight.
Let's go, Kevin! There you go! Yeah!
Which I won in 53 seconds of the first round. I was immediately back in the gym training hard. One day at practice, I took some hard shots, and my teammates decided to take me to the hospital. At the hospital, my heart stopped, and they had to shock me back to life. And then I was life-flighted to the university hospital, where I received emergency brain surgery. I had a subdural hematoma. Basically, my brain was bleeding. I woke from a coma after 3 days, and it was like being reborn. I couldn't remember anything. I couldn't remember what had just happened, couldn't remember who my mom was, and honestly, I had no idea who I was. Reality was very slippery. It was like someone kept pushing reset. I had to teach myself about the world and learn how to function in it. I started photography soon after my injury, and me and a friend would go out looking for some birds. Some of my friends were very good snowboarders, and we would get shots and videos. I fell in love with shooting the night sky and loved to shoot time-lapse videos. I found great refuge in the silence of the night sky. I eventually moved to Humboldt, California to work in the cannabis industry and really just to run away from life. I found festivals and began working at some of them, including Reggae on the River, Sierra Nevada World Music Festival, Cali Roots, and other reggae festivals with my friend Mystic Lion, who had a booth selling his art. In early 2017, I was making hash in Humboldt, and I learned about the Oregon Eclipse Festival later that summer. When I went to buy my ticket, I noticed they had an upgraded ticket for Elemental Alchemy, a series of workshops held the 5 days leading up to the 7-day-long festival. I noticed Alex Gray and Allison Gray were teaching a painting workshop. I was not a painter at the time, but the idea of taking LSD with Alex Gray made me get butterflies in my stomach. So I bought the upgraded ticket and changed my life forever. I met lifelong friends and teachers at this special event. Amanda Sage taught one of the days and introduced me to her teachings. I also met David Heskin and Aloria Weaver, and I really vibed with their teachings. My friend Alec, who I had just met and given a ride to the festival grounds, he invited me to camp by his camp group, and once the festival started, he prodded me to come out and live paint with him. And I was like, dude, I'm totally just pretending to be a painter. But I did it anyway. One night, while painting and deep in a mushroom trance, I felt someone watching me from behind. I sat there in judgment, realizing I had just gotten caught, posing as an artist. I eventually gathered the courage to confront them, and I turned around expecting laughter, and I was met with cheers of, "That is awesome." A truly pivotal change in the way I viewed public creation. Of the 30 lucky souls from around the world attending this painting workshop, 5 of us were living in Humboldt County. I likely would not have continued painting after this event were it not for the friends who I met there. I had moved into my truck earlier that summer and had just been going festival to festival. When I got back to Arcata, my friend Ross opened up his home and studio to me and kept me going. I had made a deal with the keeper of Moonstone Beach and was allowed to sleep in my truck down in the parking lot, my first beach house. One night I stopped by the Clam Beach Tavern to burn some time before heading home. I pulled out my easel and canvas and started painting. Soon a man came over to me and he really liked what I was doing and told me to come by the following day to speak with him about an opportunity. The next day he offered me the space next to the tavern to start an art gallery. I had been painting for around 2 months. The man had mistaken my gall for actual skill. Having basically no work to show, I called Katie Rose, who I had met at the Eclipse, and to start this venture with me. And we made magic. Less than 2 weeks after being given the space, we had our grand opening. I didn't have a house, but I had an art gallery. Katie Rose was a disciple of Amanda Sage and had done a few workshops with her. And with her encouragement, I signed up for the 2018 Mixtecs and Mystics in Gunnison, Colorado. It was here where I was baptized into visionary art. That first week in Gunnison put me on the path to truly evolve my art. I kept up painting and returned to Gunnison the following year and had another magical experience developing my skill. As we went into lockdown in 2020, I quickly found my tribe and became a regular on the vision train. I really found my groove being in a team of artists to support me. I pushed myself to develop my skills, focusing on portraits, something I had told myself I was not capable of doing. I found a lot of value in this community. In 2021, I found AI art and was quickly addicted. I will always treasure those early Deforum days. I've created more art than could ever be shared. A year and a half ago, I started making jewelry. It is a fun challenge to work at such a small scale. I started a podcast earlier this summer called Practicing Art, where I interview my favorite artists and shine a light on what we do. Please reach out if you would like to be interviewed for this. Looking back, it's like if God was like, "No, bro, you're going the wrong way," and set me in the right direction. Dreams do come true. All it costs is everything you have. All right, this is the spot. Brought all these cool flower pots for my house. Feeling like home. My mom's blue. Our blue pine cones. Got my sticker game on point. Amanda Sage, Vision Train, Amanda Roberts, Amanda Sage, it's Lori Weaver, John Speaker, Blake Foster, Seth McMahon, Vision Train, Jonathan Salter, Katie Rose. Let's go. Welcome to the Healing Arts Studio. Yeah, nice little entryway here. My working studio. Portraits, digital artwork, Game Master shit. Display case of some jewelry. My teachers and from me. Jewelry workspace. It's a wreck, I know. Trust me, I know. Little tea station. Some earrings I've been making. Got a little supply closet behind the door. Oh yeah, that's some Amanda Sage. That's some Amanda Sage on the door. Oh yeah, Pharaoh, Roman, Synchro Mystic. Oh yeah. Massage room number 1. I think we got David Heskin in here. Oh, David and Roman. Art all over this mother. Massage room, massage room. Some Amanda Sage. Let's go. And this is what I've been doing lately.
Choo-choo, Kanon!
Oh,
Kanon!
Woo!
Congratulations, my friend. Like, what an upgrade, and what a beautiful, like, what a beautiful path. Thank you for sharing your story like this. It was really beautiful, like the way that you show everything, and congratulations on this new space, my friend. It's truly like bubbling up of art there. Like,
Thank you so much, Marina.
this is really inspiring. Like this space that you have there, the place that you can work, like, and all this art hanging there. Where is that? Please share the address with us.
Yeah, so this is in Mill Creek, Utah. 933 East, 4500 South. Yeah, it's like something out of a dream. Like, I couldn't have dreamed a cooler dream. So, yeah, super grateful.
Amazing. And can you please also share some links where people can access your work and also to apply for the podcast that you're putting together? And where can we see these episodes as well?
I can't
Yeah.
because I'm way behind on my internet leakage stuff. But you can always message me if you just message me on Facebook or wherever, Instagram. I'd love to
Facebook and
send.
Instagram,
Yeah,
then.
Facebook and Instagram for the links. I'm working on my link game. I'm trying to do websites for all this stuff, and I'm way behind. But yeah, just get at me because I really want to focus on the podcast some more. I've kind of have not been focusing on that the last few months, and really want to get back into promoting art and promoting my art friends. So
Thank you so much for this. I deeply appreciate what you bring to our community, and I hope you come more to the Vision Train rides here, to the trips. You were one of the first person that I talked to here on the Vision Train.
Thank you, Marina.
Yes, it's really an honor to be talking to you. Thank you so much, Kanon, for all of this. Sending much love and all the best in this new project.
Thank you.
Yay. Choo-choo. You're amazing, Kanon. Thank you. So up next, we have Nina. Nina, where are you? Yay, Nina! Hi, my friend. How are you?
Hi, Marina.
How you
Okay,
doing?
I'm doing well.
How are you feeling with us coming to the almost last trip of this event?
Whew, we did it. I honestly knew it was gonna be amazing. Of course.
Of
Like,
course, like all these efforts of all these train riders that volunteers and bringing all these amazing offerings. Yes, like what can go wrong, right?
yeah,
Yes, but and I deeply appreciate you coming to me and saying, Marina, you're hosting, and you're hosting 10 artists.
I mean, at least, right? It was a good number.
Yeah, we made this list going and we got this list and we made it happen. Thank you so much, Nina. I am
Yeah,
really honored to be here with you and hear a little bit more about your life and your connection to the Vision Train, my friend.
great. I have my little presentation from Mystic Mix. It's such a tongue twister. Mystic Mystics.
Trava-língua.
So, mhm. Let's see, present from the beginning. You probably can see all of my screen. I don't know what you can see. You see it all?
We see one presentation, but it's not full screen.
Try advanced share and portion of the screen.
Hmm,
Perfecto.
maybe.
But now we have this. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know. Can I still control this? Okay. Anyway, hopefully this will work. Um, so I just kind of adapted the one from the presentation, but the background piece was a collaboration that I did with Leonard Chapman um, when I first got on the train. So this is gonna jump ahead when I was on the train and then I'll go back. But um, we mailed this piece back and forth, I think, 3 times. Because he's in Georgia. I've still yet to meet him. Hopefully I'll get to. But it started out with some decalcomania and it turned into kind of our own version of the Great Wave of Transformation. You can see the train down here and the wave with I think we have a sun and mountains in ours, but yeah, it was really fun to see that come through. It was excellent to collaborate. So, like Shara was saying, I too have always been an artist, and I'm in the middle of a presentation. But good night, guys. I love you. um, when I was 7, I started taking private art lessons with my older brother with a local artist in our little hometown of Ellensburg, Washington. And there I was able to be part of the county fair and won a little blue ribbon. So it was really fun. And then in middle school is when I did my little acrylic panel there. But beyond that, I really didn't do any painting. Um, and then in college, I fell in love with figure drawing. So come join me on the express train, and I do it every Thursday. So it's a lot of fun, but I love working with line quality and texture. It's a joy of mine. I also really adore doing collaborations. So like the stuff that we had with Leonard was fantastic. And the one on the right here, these are two that I did with my older brother. We're 22 months apart, and um, he does motion graphics through a marketing company. He doesn't really do any art anymore unless I pressure him to do things like this. But it's so much fun, and just like the energy that we all feel and being community here, it's like a concentrated aspect of that to work with him, and it's my favorite feeling. The one on the left is a friend of mine that I did some body paint on, and then I worked with a light artist, photographer, and did some collaborative work there at a festival. It was kind of fun. And then I did some, I did graphic design for 17 years. It's not my favorite, but so I slapped my family picture over top of my professional stuff. So you can see the labels and logos that I've made on the right there. And then on the left, I illustrated a book cover for a book that my dad did. And you can see one of the very first face paintings that I did in the bottom left there. And then that's an old picture of me and my family. So my husband, Ben, and Dresden's now like, what, 3 inches taller than me. So it's a little old, and then Taryn is 6 and Sheldon is 8, and you'll see them pop on and giggle on their way to bed. And then in 2022, 23, I'm sorry, I'm terrible with time. I did my first psilocybin ceremony and recognized that I needed to get back into my creative life, and that just because I was a mom didn't mean that I couldn't have my own life. And in fact, pursuing my own interests gave them permission to be creative and to be themselves. And so I started painting and drawing and just creating whatever I could and doing it with them. And Randall and I were talking about this earlier during his interview today, but just calling yourself an artist and kind of coming out of the closet and claiming that role and letting your creativity be a part of your existence. So this one on the right of the snakes was from my first year of Daily Visions when I hopped on the train. And I later turned that into the painting, which you'll see later in the presentation. But this is about the time frame that I started hopping on the train. And I found that through Karen Chroma, who also does body painting. And she was talking about the Daily Visions project. And so I was like, I want to learn more about this. And, here I am. So, right after that ceremony, I just started painting, but, I just did direct painting. I just used what drawing skills that I had and tried to translate them to panel and canvas. And this is what I came up with. And then these are some of my body painting photographs that I did, kind of a mixed media thing. Again, still didn't really have any painting skills, but just, doing my best following along on the train. And then this is more of my body painting stuff, going to festivals and meeting people that I was interested in knowing. So that top in the middle there is John Speaker. Some of you may know him. And I was like, can I paint your painting hand? And he's just like, great, thank you. And just, giving them a little energetic and endorsement, and just it was a great way for me to get to meet people that I admired, and it was pretty great. You can see Randall there. I did a little on his hand too, and on the right there is some from festivals, and the bottom left was through a ceremony where she was processing grief, which could be a whole good night, a whole nother presentation on its own. But I'm happy to talk to anybody about body painting for days. And then this is really, I think, the biggest thing that I can talk about the vision train in particular. So, talking about how I didn't have any painting skills. So the one on the left is what I drew of my psilocybin ceremony directly after, and I wasn't able to articulate to anyone how to do it visually. I was like, I couldn't explain it. And then on the right, it was like, I was finally able to describe in like this hexagonal pattern that was on his skin. I just didn't have the technical ability to do that. But doing these workshops with Amanda and everyone just so graciously doing skill shares and collaborative workspace on the train, like leveled up my painting skills quite a bit. And I like showing these side by side because you can really see that contrast of the ability there. And then these are some other recent works that I've done, applying more now the Mish techniques since I've learned, and the center one being the painting that I did from my daily vision, and my shameless plug for figure drawing there in the bottom right. So come join me on Thursdays. Choo choo. Great, I'm gonna stop sharing.
Choo choo.
Go, Nina.
But yeah, I love that, the train really leveled up my skills. And I've talked about this before, but Alex Gray talking about the technical beauty is like gaining the skills really helps you articulate what you have in your mind and be able to put it on canvas or whatever material you're using.
Yes, indeed. And you show this evolution like in a very clear way. Like these paintings have only a few years of, yeah, yeah. Like how
Yeah.
many years? 2 years. Like it's, yeah,
Uh,
2, 3 years.
23. Yeah.
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 Like just,
Feels like
but
forever
like
too.
you wouldn't say it's the same painter. Like, yes, the Emily saying the evolution is revolutionary. Like, yeah. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
thanks for dropping the figure drawing.
Yes,
Comment.
yes, for sure, my friend. You are such a inspiration here in this community and putting all together, bringing all your energy, like always bringing your positive energy to our gatherings. And I really deeply appreciate to know a little bit more about you and your art.
Thank you, and thanks for having me on here, Marina. It's a pleasure to be interviewed by you.
Come on, I really hope so. Next year, we have 2 hours of a few train riders that were here. Like, please, train riders,
Right.
you know who you are. Like, yeah, I really
Yep.
want like 2 hours. Like, this 10 minutes is really like just bringing this
Little
oop,
teaser. We can
tease.
really go deep on body paint and all sorts of stuff. I love it.
Mhm. Yes, please. We want more of that. Thank you, Nina.
Thank you, Marina.
Yay, Nina, you're amazing. Thank you so much. And up next, we have Henry. Henry. How are you, my friend? It is
All
the...
right, finally, you did it.
How are you? Oh, you mute again yourself. You need to be away from this finger. Your finger needs to be away from the tablet screen. Now click for the menu to show and then click the audio, the microphone item.
Okay.
There.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
No, no problem, my friend. Thank you so much for being here. How are you feeling?
I feel great, great. I had better days last week, or terrible days last week, but I'm better now.
Well, I'm truly glad to know that you're better, my friend. And
Yeah.
I'm glad that you accept this to come here and talk to us a little bit about your art and your connection to the Vision Train. I'm really excited to see what the story that you bring for us.
Well, I'm flattered, honestly. I didn't think I was that good, but I really appreciate it. It's a blast and an honor. I found the Vision Train through Amanda. I've been to two of her classes at the Mixed Tech Mystics, and that's really the only training I've ever had. I've been, except for, of course, I finger painted in kindergarten, you know. But anyhow, the I've been painting for or doing art for about 2.5 years. I started out with multimedia stuff and got bored with it, and then did some mosaics and got bored with that, and then did some paint pouring, acrylic paint pouring, and got bored with that. And I started painting, and I haven't got bored with that yet. It's and going to Amanda's classes and being on the Vision Train has really kept me motivated. So I feel like I've gotten a lot better over the last few years. I was going to do a presentation, and I had almost ready, was trying to upload some videos and mess the whole thing up. So I figured I'd just do a live walkthrough and just kind of show you what I was going to send you on the video. Is that cool?
Yes, for sure. What you have to show us there?
I got to figure out how to spit. There it is. Okay, actually, this is my. I turned it into my gallery, if you will, about 3 weeks ago. I ran out of room in my man cave, and so these are early paintings that I did, and then these two are pretty recent. I could tell you a lot of stories about them, but we don't have time.
Oh, no, we do have time for at least one. Can you share about this interrogation one that you did this year?
Which one?
The interrogation mark painting.
Oh, the question. Oh, yeah. I
That's
call
one.
that one If You Know, You Know. It's magic mushrooms, and the roots grow into the acacia tree, and then the acacia tree grows into the ryegrass field where the LSD molecule grows. So and the question mark is a tipper, a musician's logo. So it's kind of, and then those things, the darker pieces are the molecular structure of those three hallucinogenics. And then I did it for the Orion Amphitheater. So what that circle's supposed to be is the amphitheater, and I just painted a bunch of roses around it as people. And then that one's Dubai, and that's the perfect storm. Those are a couple of my pours. These are some just random pours, and I tried a little abstract art. And then that's an abstract. I think that was my third painting. And then that was my fourth one. And that's Park City. Now I'm going to go and leave this room and walk into some others. So bear with me. Oh, almost stepped on my dog.
And Henry, where are you located in the US?
In the Havana, Florida.
Nice.
This was my first, one of my waves fell down, but this was my first multimedia. It has neon paint, regular acrylic, epoxy. And if you look up on the whale's head, that's the tool heptagram. Anyway, then those are some fish I just made recently. And let's see, this my wife and daughter put jaws together. But anyway, I built my own house and designed it too. I've been a
So
designer
you are
and
an engineer or an architect?
no, I'm a designer and a detailer for architectural woodwork. I own my own cabinet and millwork business. But anyway,
Wow.
I'm coming up to the loft now. This is where I used to keep all my art, and like I say, I ran out of room. I've always
Yes.
enjoyed extreme sports. I haven't found anything that I've been afraid of yet. But anyway, this is my man cave. It's my own little personal hallucinarium. I collect posters and paintings, and I make, like, there's a mogul. There's some of my political art over there. Anyway, and
Wow,
all
this
of
is
them are
so incredible. Like the collection that you have there. This is so many art. Like there's so many psychedelic art together.
right. There's one of
Right?
Amanda's, and
Oh,
that's
man,
yeah.
yes.
And this was a Tipper concert that I went to that Mr. Multi made the um, painting. So I made a frame that looked like it was melting. Anyway, this is my 3D collage. It's all my friends from music festivals and parties and jet skiing and Jeep riding, all that. There's one of Amanda's from Tipper and Friends a few years back. She signed it for me. And then this is Hannah's from this past year. And everybody signed that one. And now this is one of the collages that I have, like, I think there's 240 pictures in there that I hand cut out and glued into place. Yeah. And then these are just some of my posters. There's different shows that I've been to.
Do you have any old ones?
Yeah, I've got Working Man's Dead gold album, one of 250. Yeah. But anyway, this is my glass collection, one part of it. Then this is part of my glass collection. And then that's my big badass two-headed dragon. But anyway, I'm gonna walk back to the studio real quick. It just take me a minute. I don't think I'm up with time yet. I timed it when I had all my pictures and stuff, and I had enough time.
No, but I'm truly grateful that we managed somehow, and you were showing us all your psychedelic art that you have there, all your paintings that you did once, and we have what we have there, a Chris Dyer mural.
Yeah, he painted the front of my studio this summer. I've got my studio's an art and music studio, so I think my son's back there jamming right now. But
This
anyway,
is amazing, Henry. Like, wow.
But I did all the trim and everything in here. Anyway, that's the one that I started at Cosm with Mixed Tech Mystics this year, and I painted on it during the live gold cast the other night. And this is
Oh, Henry, your internet connection is really bad over there. Is there something that we can do about it?
that I painted when I got back. I'm sorry.
Yes, your internet is cutting and also your video. We cannot see anything that's happening there. Your internet connection is, and he's gone. Oh, well, that was amazing. Well, still had more 2 minutes of him. I hope he can come back.
We
And
really need more than 2 hours to see Henry's space, I think.
more.
Right?
And
Hey,
I had
can
a
you hear me?
Yes, you're there.
Well, yeah, my Wi-Fi
Uh-huh.
thing messed up back there.
Yes,
So,
I'm glad you're back, my friend.
oh well, thanks. The
We
and
still,
I'm just walk back upstairs.
yeah, so we still have a few more minutes. I wish we could show the painting that you created during the workshop of Mixtech Mystic. Can you share a little bit about it at least?
Yeah, in fact, I can run and get it real quick and
But the
just run
internet
it up
will
here.
fall again. That's no good. And we also have like just 1 minute.
Oh,
So
okay. Yeah,
could
the
you?
well, I started it off with a concept photo or painting of
Mhm,
myself, just mushroom head, and I had a t-shirt on that said "You are what you eat."
mhm.
But, but my wife said it was a little much, so I tamed it down just a little bit, and I drew the mushroom cap first, and
Uh-huh.
I just imagined myself being turning into a mushroom. And
Yes.
I brought the vision train. Who I'm out of breath. I brought the
Yeah,
vision
man.
train.
Flip your camera really quick. Can you
Oh
do this?
yeah, yeah.
So we
Sorry,
see your face when you're talking.
sorry about.
Yay, what's up, my friend?
Sorry.
Yes,
Yeah,
and thank you so much for all your shares and your beautiful visions that you bring into the world. It's really incredible to know that you're paint just for like 2 years and you're already making these complex visions and so psychedelic.
yeah. Well, psychedelia has always been part of me. When I was 8 years old, that my walls were covered with blacklight posters, and the first album I ever bought when I was 8 years old was Ozzy or Black Sabbath's Paranoid. So yeah, I've been rocking all my life, and psychedelia has just it's always been there. I mean, I wear freaky clothes when I go to a festival, but I always wear funny socks and underwear because nobody has to see those.
Oh, and life is too short not to wear funny underwears and socks. You always
well,
say
the well,
like no boring underwear.
I'm anonymous on Instagram because all my business associates, if they find me, they find me, But I did want to put it as Henry Corry, and people search me and find me. So I just
Uh-huh.
did Art Corry, and it works. So I
Mhm.
don't have a lot of followers because I didn't really invite any of my friends, my straight friends, my not so party animal friends. You know what I mean? I have a lot of regular, old high school friends and stuff. But then since I've been going to festivals and shows and stuff, I've just met a whole other group of artistic people. And I tell you, just
Your
and the
people.
camaraderie and the honesty and the camaraderie of all of them, and the helpfulness, it amazes me. I mean, Allison Gray asked me to text her, to email her and keep her up with my progress. And I've been
Mhm.
doing it, and she's been loving it and telling me about it. I was like, I'm honored, you know what I mean? Because I
Yes,
just, yeah, I just didn't feel like,
generosity of everyone here in this community is just like mind blowing.
mhm.
You guys here like spoil us. Like we don't find these people in the real world.
Well, I mean, I am learning from the best, from Amanda,
Mhm.
or one of the
So,
best.
yes, well,
Yeah.
Henry,
And I love the niche technique. I'll get better as I go, but
yeah, well, thank you so much for sharing with us, my friend. I wish you all the best in this journey, and I hope to catch you on train rides sometimes. And yeah, thank you.
thank you.
Yay, Henry, you're amazing. And up next, we have Brian to talk to us. Brian, are you up to talk to us? How are you feeling, my friend?
Oh, hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, we
Oh,
can.
okay, good. All right.
Hey, Brian.
Something right with technology. Um, okay. Hi. I'm Brian. Uh, and just like I'm an artist and like I don't know how this interview will
Well,
go, but
Brian, I am really honored that I am talking to you here in this vision training focus, where I can learn a little bit more about your art story and what you create and what your relation to the vision train. How did you find the vision train and what is the value that it brings to your life?
Oh, well, like, well, I think it's it's an experience. I think, um, I think I like, well, first of all, my background, my background, that's not art at all. It has to do with American history, um, uh, and uh, and I've just spent hours and hours and hours of um, of understanding how um, people are like John F. Kennedy prepares himself for television audience, and really gets that quality that people are like, and understands how to come through. And I think, I never could have dreamed that someday there'd be like a television screen um, in the internet, which didn't exist back then. We just had AOL and Atari. Um, uh, that normal people would have to figure out how to like, um, how to present themselves on camera, um, in a place like this. I think it's a learning experience. And there's unless you really do something horribly wrong, there's no real wrong way. Everybody brings their own individualistic perspective to it. And so I guess the vision train, you know, helps me understand the new technology and connect, and like the whole fact that it's a global community, and like just it just no two people are exactly the same. Um, I think that's just mind-boggling. Uh, so I think you travel without ever really leaving your home, and become a better person for it. Um, so that I think uh, that's what the vision train brings. I'm thankful for the like I'm sure she's on there. Stacy, who bought an art piece and has, I have a now a collector.
Heck yeah, buddy. It's hanging up in my
Yeah,
studio,
okay, yeah.
bruh. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Hell
so
yeah.
and like artists need collectors, and so from that perspective, yeah, it's a happening place. Um, so yeah, it's like it's very it's an experience, or life-changing experience. So at any rate, so I'm an artist. Like I have two main interests. I have like the history interest, which I started out with in high school, but I also started out in high school as an artist. So it just both kind of grew on me, and I became more of a painter uh, in 2013, when I got signed up for an adult ed class with this person, her name's Jane. And I just came back from her holiday party, and it's like it's really, I learned how to like really become a painter, and I have some paintings that I know accumulated from that experience that I can share with you if you all have the time.
Yes, yes, please.
Okay, so this is a 1 hour 60-second painting, and the idea, if anybody has ever been in one of these classes, is that you have like 60 seconds to paint, and you have an assignment to paint and get it on there. And are like, okay, now you have 15 minutes, hurry up with your, and you're just okay. And it's like, it's an experience where everybody hates it, but everybody likes it too, because they learn how to become a better painter. And it's around the idea that you're a plein air painter, and the day moves on, like the sun changes, nothing really stays the same, so you've got to just quickly capture everything. And how would you do that? So that's one of my 1 hour paintings, and this is more of a traditional Brian painting. It's just the color yellow. And that's all. Or like, I like representational art. Like I painted this, and this is supposed to be like a highway, and it's like a car on the highway, and it's the moonlight, and you're getting different points of light, from the street light, from the moonlight, from the car lights, from the road ahead. And another traditional, like, this is the color blue.
This is the blue painting. That's the yellow, and now this is the
Yeah,
blue.
this is the blue painting. This is just, like I just like I started off like, go grab a picture and paint that, and sometime I like shifted. Well, I'm too tired to grab a picture. I will just paint what comes out, especially after a long day of work, and now you have to catch a bus. So I just started putting colors on the canvas, and then I discovered like who I was. And I think I tried to be, I think at first, I really like the story of Jackson Pollock and Lee Krasner. And I'm really just in the abstract painting style, but I think I kind of started developing my own style, which became more like a Mark Rothko, a color field, or any famous color field. I was watching a YouTube documentary on Helen Frankenthaler. I think that's how you pronounce her name, Thaler. That's a hard name. But she's an awesome artist. Um, and so I'm just influenced by that group. And it just doesn't have to be anywhere. It could be like a female artist like Helen Frankenthaler or a male artist. But I think that style, those artists. So this is like another blue painting. Is this? Oh yeah, this is supposed to be naturally representation. This is supposed to be a stormy sea. You got the stormy weather, then you've got the silhouette of a boat out on sea, and it's like right there. That black image. That's supposed to
Yeah, we
be
can see it.
it's supposed to be a shadow of kind of like, I guess, the stern of the boat. Yeah. It's supposed to be like a stern of the boat getting tossed aside and trying to figure out what's happening. So this is supposed to be a lightning strike. And like this is one of my first paintings. This is a female head. And like I think the female head, this was like one of those okay, watch the teacher. She's gonna give a presentation, and it's just on, it's not on, it's on cheap canvas is what I'm trying to say. But so it was just an early thing, and I'm a portrait artist, so this is I drew famous figures of men, but recently I kind of shifted to try and doing women, and I just started I took a basic beginning figure drawing class this past spring, and that's where I got to use the class had real life models, and that like, I was so out of my early, I'm a portrait artist, I can just, and because just you're
Yeah, when you sit down
learning
to
how,
practice, yes.
yeah, because you're learning that men and women, except for like a few things like the breasts and genitals, they're kind of different, but everything else, they have a proportion that is very similar, maybe different according to them, but there's like the head is so an egg shape, then the neck should hold the head. It's like an important part of the body, and then it's attached to the collarbone and the shoulders, and you got to learn how to like make a body that is more like oval shaped, or like small oval shaped for the torso, medium oval shape for like the arms, and then that was just it was an eye-opening experience, and you're learning from real models, not those artsy wooden mannequins that you find in art stores, but are like a real human being. So it's I think what I'm trying to say is you're always, or at least I'm in a growth spurt of being an artist and stuff like that. So
Brian, and we really appreciate all your efforts to get more knowledge into the art thing, and you doing so many courses, and you have your unique style in painting, my friend. Yes, you do already,
thank
and I hope you can continue to express yourself like that. And I hope to catch you on some other Vision Train trip, because now your 10 minutes is done. So we
that's
are
fine.
following. Yes, my
Thank
friend.
you.
I
Thank
wish
you.
we had more time to talk, and I know we'll have here on the Vision Train in other trips. And I deeply appreciate you accepting this
Oh,
and sharing your
thank you for
story.
having me. It's really been a pleasure. Yeah,
Yes, thank you so much, Brian. You're amazing.
no problem.
Choo choo,
Yay.
Brian.
Choo Brian. Brian,
Brian.
Stacy mentioned in the comment she wants to do a collab with you. Ha!
Oh yeah, talk to me. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll work it out. Yeah.
I'll have my people call your people.
All right. Yeah.
And see that. So, my friends, we are here now gathered for the Vision Training Focus, and there is only one person to give the presentation, which is me. I'm so nervous now. Like, why? I spent like 2 hours without my heart, like, now it's poof. Wow.
We love you, Marina.
Thank
Choo choo.
you.
Choo choo choo.
I'm really glad that I can share this with you, because I prepared like this presentation. Friends, I don't know how to put, anyone can help me here. Where I can do full screen here in this program? Anyone know?
If you go to advanced settings and go to partial screen, you should be
Uh-huh.
able to just highlight the window of the presentation and not show the sidebar.
Partial screen. It is where I
You
find
go to share,
Uh-huh.
go to advanced,
Uh-huh.
then go to partial screen. It's sort of near the right.
Portion of the screen.
Right.
Right.
There you go. And then, yeah, look at that.
Look at that. We are just seeing this.
That's so cool.
So we have here me.
But you see the frame. You can put the frame around. Yeah, you got it.
Now I'm in the frame, right?
You're so awesome.
Yeah,
You
you
are.
too, Shara. Thank you. So, my friends, thank you so much for all the shares here. It was really an honor to listen to all of you speak and share your story. I am Marina Zion Rebels, and I'm going to introduce myself. So, once upon a time, I was this little girl. I was very imaginative, I was very creative, and I used to have like a box of art supplies and coloring books with me all the time. Like I was really into creating and laughing and playing. And my parents were also like super great. We went to travel a lot of times. We used to travel like every month, and we went to Disney together. My dad went to Disney for the first time in 77. So they used to love like the US, and we went to the US for the first time 92, and we went 6 times. I went 6 times, they went more than 10. But anyway, I was really into the pop culture, the American pop culture when I was growing up because of them. So I was into the music, the movies, the sitcoms. I wanted to be an exchange student. I even applied for a Disney job. Really, I was really into the American culture. And then one day I saw on a Oprah Winfrey show, she was interviewing a Barbie doll fashion designer. And I was like, Mom, I want to be that when I grow up. And my mom was like, you. And my parents always very supportive since the beginning. They are amazing. And so my mom put me into a drawing class because I had no skills. Like, look at me, like with a school. Anyway, I went to the drawing class. It was the first time where I got contacts like drawing feet, drawing hands, drawing faces, drawing clothing, drawing many things. And well, I got into the fashion school. But well, around the same time, Danilo and I started to be together. We are together for more than 20 years now. And well, Danilo used to live in the fourth floor of the building, and my family on the 12th floor. Yeah, he and his family on the fourth, and my family on the 12th. So the year was 2004. He called me and he messaged me on MSN or ICQ, I don't know. And he said, "Hey, come hang out in my room." So that I went, I sneak out of my parents' room through the back door of the apartment. And then I went to his room, black lights, incense, music. And he was in his computer and he said, "Hey, come check this out." And he showed me the artwork of Chris Dyer, of Luke Brown, of Alex Gray. Maybe he showed even more websites at that day, but I remember that this was the first time that I saw visionary art, and I was 16 years old. So I went to the university, I studied fashion, and during the same time we started to go to psytrance parties, and this was like something that also bloomed my head to the visions, and I was really inspired to paint visions. And I work in the fashion industry, also in print designs and patterns. I like graphic design as well. So I worked with that for a while and working in São Paulo in one of the biggest capitals in the world. It was really nice. There is a lot of money. There is a lot of good jobs. So it was nice, but the traffic was just horrible. Like it was more than 2 hours of traffic every day. So to think that this was going to be like the future, our everyday life, it was really like not what we were thinking about. And we went to Europe and we see life there and we saw like all these this equality, like of government that we don't have here. We have such a big country, but we don't have any assistance. And there they have like small countries full of assistance. So anyway, these things were like, okay, no corporate jobs for us. Let's focus on our art. And we got a lot of money. We could live for a few years, like just focusing on our art. So I developed a series of digital illustrations and I print them on lycras and I started to decorate parties and festivals in Brazil. It was around the same time that I also got my artwork into the art galleries of parties and festivals. So since 2011, I am part of the art gallery of Universo Paralelo. Universo Paralelo is a festival similar to Ozora, similar to Boom Festival. It's very big and it's one of the biggest of America. And well, we got really into the psychedelic trance. This became part of our life, and we even do an event for more than 10 years here in the region, every July and every January. We do experimental psychosis, is this party that we do 24 hours, full of nice people. We also do a live stream 4 times a year. It is 24 hours of transcendence experience, and you're all invited. And well, when we came to live here in this region, in Chapada Diamantina, off grid, we stayed a few years without internet. So around this time, I was working more on fashion. I was making some fashion collections and I was putting them to sale here in town, also in festivals and also online. And this was really nice because fashion for me is something that flows really, really, really easy. Like it's kind of my meditation. where drawing and painting is kind of my challenge. I want to put the visions on the paper, like I really do. But how do I do it? And these were some of the artwork that I was doing like around 2018 and 2020. And well, 2020 came, and what to do with life? Like create art, right? What else? So I was in my Instagram and I said I need more art here. So I went to add more visionary art. I had Amanda, and a few days after comes a post about a scholarship opportunity to study with Amanda and the Vienna Academy of Visionary Arts professors. And I was like, I apply at the same time I saw that. I really did. and, and a few days after, I got the email that I got half scholarship. And like my teenage dream to meet the visionary artist was what came true. I was there in July 4th together in the room with so many great visionary arts and like artists from all over the world. I was so amazed. I was like, where, what did I sign myself into? Like, I truly, like, it was in a week I was into the course, you know, it was really quick. I couldn't, I was not like, where I'm going. I was not like thinking, but when I got into the room, it hit me. And I was like, dude, this is like my kid's dream. Like Marina, when she was 18, when she was 20, she was like wishing to learn from Lawrence Caruana, from Alex Gray, and from many visionaries. Like I truly was. And there I was, you know, like realizing my dream so many years after. And well, it was also at this time that Amanda told about the Vision Train. And I got on a few days after, maybe 1 or 2 weeks into the course, I got into the Vision Train. And the tracks of my life merged to the tracks of the train just so smoothly that I was writing almost every day and I was making so much art. And I was just so, uh, it was just so inspiring to be online together with artists from all over the world. And we are all together creating art. And it was 2020, so we were not going anywhere anyway. So let's all be together and be happy together and celebrate life together. And this is what was happening every day on the Vision Train. It was magical, like everything was magical about it. I remember the synchronicities, right, my friends? The synchronicities, it was just from the beginning. I remember like the first days, oh, this could happen on the Vision Train. Oh, that can happen on the Vision Train. And you log on and it's happening. And you're like, dude, what about this? But it's like this, it's never ending. It's never ending. And having this place where we have this exchange where I can see you all and you can all inspire me to be a better human, to learn more about myself, to hone into my skills, and to create this brighter world, you know, like yes, we are. Wow, the Vision Train just brought so many inspiration into my life. I am deeply, deeply grateful. Well, the Vision Train also got the Vitra Academy. Come on, my friends. How did we level up with with these classes? This was just one of them that I got into, and there was much more, and they were really, really inspiring. And the knowledge shared there was something that all artists could level up and being reached by it. I really, really, truly believe that. And I'm really deeply thankful for the Vitra Academy for putting out all this knowledge out to the world. And also with the Vision Train, I got to meet Jeet. And my friends, you all know, you guys are more like into meeting in real life, but meeting in real life, it's just like you meet an old friend, like someone that you met like long, long ago, and you had many fun together, and you're just meeting up again and hooking up and just want to hang out and be cool together. It was just awesome. Like it was just awesome. And me and Jit, we talk about this collaboration before we went to India. Like half a month before I went to India, we talk about these collaborations, and we were like, "Yay, shipping is just everything up." And well, so anyway, I came there to India, and I went to Odisha. I went to Puri in Odisha. And Puri is in Odisha is the next state where Jit is. So he was just like a few hours bus ride from us. And he said, "No, I'm coming." And he went and he brought like four pieces of textiles that I'm doing the collab with him. These are two pieces that I'm making, and this one is here behind me. And this one is one that I still didn't work on, but I'm really excited to see what will come up with these textiles. And these textiles are really special. They are hand dyed by Jit. No, they are handmade by me, hand dyed by Jit, and all the textiles, since the fiber is done by hand by a tribe in Meghalaya, India. So it's like the finest textile that I ever worked with. Like just an amazing collaboration, like one of the best. Yes, so great, so grateful the Vision Train for all of these. Oh man, what? Here. Ha. So the Vision Train also gave me the weekly visions where I could do one art a week. Since 2020, I did 2023 and 2024, and I choose a theme. It was a Vedic theme of the Vedic culture. So I had like a north where I want to go, and I also was training, like I was getting these reference images and learning how to make my own, bring my own style. And it was really nice to see the evolution of the creative process through this. And the Vision Train got me like just too many art done, like just too many. There is no more boring life because of the Vision Train. The Vision Train just put so many good fuel on the machine, like so many good fuels, like inside, on that fire inside, that we just cannot stop. There is no forgetting. We are always remembering, and each of us is a link to this, is a chain to this chain of remembrance. And well, many of these all of these artists art were born, raised, and finished on the Vision Train. So my friends, I am deeply grateful for this training ground that provides the skills that are tools to create a brighter world. Thank you.
Choo choo!
Choo choo! Yay!
I want to say that you were like the first person I saw when I first hopped on the train. And I was so grateful to see you. You're just hanging out, like doing some amazing painting. You're like, hey, I'm just painting. Here, join me. This is great. And
What an
Yes,
amazing gift you are. What an amazing gift you are, Marina, for what you bring to this space and what you bring out into the world. And thank you so much for bringing all of these artists together to share just these tiny tastes. And I look forward to all that we're going to do in the future.
yay, thank you so much, everyone. It's like for me, I am like exploding of happiness here to be together in this room with you all. I deeply appreciate each of you. Like I said, each of you is like a mirror and like a example of what life can be in our lives. And well, people from the stream, I'm gonna put out the stream now. If you want to share more, please come to the Vision Train. Get on visiontrain.org to see all the information about this amazing project. And please, if you can, support our fundraising that's happening. And you can check also the links here in the description of this video. So thank you all so much, and I see you all on the next edition of the Vision Training Focus.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are
Thank you,
offline.
Maria.